Hello out there, and today we're going to take a bit of a closer look at the Spyderco Para 3 and Sage 5. And I'm making this video because after my initial overview of the Para 3, I had a lot of people asking me in the comments or in direct messages, which one of these two knives do I prefer, or which is the better knife, or which one should they buy? And those questions are really hard to give a direct answer to because honestly, I don't know overall which one of these two knives I like more than the other. But what I can do, and what we're going to do today, is take a look at some of the minute differences here, and I'll let you know what my preference is in each individual area, and hopefully that'll give you a little bit of the background that you might need in order to answer that question. All right, so we have the green background here in order to give us the good opportunity to zoom in a whole lot more and focus better. So that's what we're really going to do, just take a closer look. All right, so first thing that we're going to do is just close these knives and take a look at them closed and take a look at the hardware and rotate them around. I'm not going to bring out the scale today, but I will tell you that according to my scale, the Sage 5 here weighs 3.11 ounces and the Para 3 is 3.54. And I didn't really want to talk in detail about the weight because honestly, even though there is an almost half-ounce difference, you don't really feel like the Para 3 is heavy, and there's really no, I don't really have a preference there. So just want to take a quick look at the closed position. You can see the recessed hardware here on the Sage 5. All right, very good looking knives, both of them. A little more sleek on the Sage 5. But just wanted to show that. And then while we're closed, actually, we're going to start with the opening and closing. All right, the lockup on both these knives is fantastic. But opening and closing, let's take a look. All right, so that's the Para 3. Just, stupid smooth, right? All right. And then a Sage 5, let me grab that. Also very smooth. All right, and I'm not sure if you noticed or heard the difference, but the Sage 5 opens a lot quicker and more crisp than the Para 3. All right, the Para 3 I think is a smoother free drop, but the Sage 5 is just smoother all the way across the open. So in terms of opening and closing, I actually prefer that one. All right, and now we are going to zoom in and take a look at the blades. All right, starting with the Para 3 and the blade shape. Because with these two knives, we've got S30V blade steel and full flat grind. So we can't really, have a preference for materials here because they're the same. All right, but just taking a look at the belly and the spine, shape of the knives. My preference here, is definitely the Sage blade shape. Always really liked that. But just very aesthetically pleasing and simple. Always been a big fan. And from here we're going to transition directly into jimping since we're already zoomed in. And you can take a look at the Sage 5 jimping. It's functional, but you can see it is a little bit shallow. And it might not seem like it's shallow, but then when we bring in the Para 3, there's a marked difference. Take a look at that. It looks sharp, but it's just that Para jimping that we are used to that doesn't rip up the thumb really, but it's just extremely grippy. And let's see, I'm not sure if it'll focus with both of them in the... No, that's great. All right, you can see the difference. So definitely the jimping Para 3 is better. All right, zooming back out for a minute, I'm going to take a look at the handle scales here. All right, we've got G10 on this Para 3. And as I said in the overview, we're struggling right here to focus. There we go. As I said in the overview, the G10 is really nice on this. Very soft, almost like a cloth feel, just like the Para 2 is, but very high traction also. So great, it's not going to rip up the jeans or the pants, I don't think, but just get really good grip on it. And then the carbon fiber G10 laminate on the Sage 5. I raved about this when I did the review for the Sage 5. I mean, raved about it, about how much better it was than the Sage 3. You know, I thought it was a huge upgrade over the carbon fiber on the Sage 3. And really liked it because it has a lot more traction. It's a lot more matte than glossy the way the Sage 3 was. But surprisingly enough, I prefer the Para 3. All right, even though this carbon fiber laminate is a big upgrade over previous incarnations of the Sage, still just can't beat the G10 of the Para 3 here. All right, and then let's take a look on the flip side, pocket clips. All right, this is a no-brainer, guys. The Sage 5 is just a great wire clip. I've said it before, one of my absolutely favorite clips in the knife world. Just love the deep carry of it. Loop over, very simple, subtle design. But what I will say about the Para 3, since we've got it right here, and you can see all of the real estate that'll be poking out of the pocket. I haven't had an issue with this this clip though, and I expected to hate it, and I expected to be one of the first guys to try to find the custom clips for this knife, and I don't know that I'm going to do that anymore. The lanyard hole is really unnecessary, I think, here, but I mean, that just, it is what it is. It's there and can't really change it, but I haven't had a problem carrying this knife at all. It's easy to get out of the pocket, and it's also very, very snug. So, you know, my fear was that something could hit this part of the butt of the knife and knock it out of my pocket, but that hasn't happened, hasn't been even a remotely bit of an issue. So, yeah, I'm content with the clip, even though it's not great by any means, and the Sage 5 clip is certainly better. All right, and then trying to think of other things that I might want to talk about, but I really think that's pretty close to it. Oh no, ergonomics, ergonomics. Completely forgot about that. So the ergos on these knives are both pretty darn good. All right, because like I said, the carbon fiber here has that good texture, but the jimping, as we said earlier, is not as good on the Sage 5, but it is extremely comfortable. Good multiple grip configurations with this forward choil here. You can definitely choke up, use the ramp, so just good marks all across the board for that. But the Para 3, for me, is better. This grip right here, not using the forward choil, is more comfortable in my medium to small hands. And also, while some people have said that this really high, this high bridge here, this arch is a bit of an eyesore and uncomfortable, I find it to be very comfortable because I can actually choke all the way up and hold the knife like this and get really good purchase for like more detailed cutting. So I like this one a lot for EDC and for the ergonomics of it. And again, the jimping certainly helps. So reviewing what is good and what is great about these two knives. I mean, my preferences, I definitely like the blade shape and the action and the clip of the Sage 5. And then almost all things ergonomically, the Para 3 has a little bit of an edge with me with the G10 and the jimping here and just the overall way that it feels in the hand. So my recommendation would be buy both of these knives. I know that's really not the answer anyone wants, but buy either of them, honestly. And if you are looking for a knife that can basically do everything and be a gentleman's carry as well as a good medium to light EDC knife, the Sage 5 might be the one to go with. The Para 3 really just has the look and the feel in my hand as a knife that you can really, really beat up if you need to. And you can really abuse and use in a lot of hard applications. You know, not sure that you would want to since it's a new and high in demand knife, but you know, if you are looking for one of the two to really put through its paces, I think this is the one to really attack the heavier duty stuff with, because it can definitely handle it, and just the way that it feels in the hand, I think you can can work longer and better and more comfortably. So that's my take on it, guys. Any questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, as always, let me know in the comments down below. I really would like to hear from you. If you own both of these knives, let me know what you think. If you own one of them, let me know which one it is and if you think you might get the other one. You know, Spyderco, I think they were very calculating in releasing the Sage 5 before the Para 3 because they probably knew that people were really going to go out and get the Para 3 regardless of whether they had the Sage 5 or not. So let me know what you own and what you might be interested in, and I'd love to hear from you. So anything else I can do, let me know, but I will be talking with you soon. I appreciate you watching, and take care.